Do you also have a place you pass by regularly and think, one day I'd love to paint this? That's how I felt about this half-room farmhouse for a long time. And since we had one more warm day at the beginning of March, I finally went for it before it gets completely overgrown with greenery. But what I didn't expect was the challenge of setting up in a dusty field. As usual, I start by blocking in the basic shapes. I am trying to use the pencil as little as possible to avoid drawing everything twice and wasting time. Oops! Since I am such a newbie on filmmaking, I forgot to hit the record button, so the pen sketching isn't captured from the very beginning. But maybe it's a good thing. I am still trying to find the right balance in video length, showing enough without making it boring. Let me know in the comments if you prefer longer videos with more detailed steps, if this length feels just right, or if it's still too long for you. I am using my most favorite fountain pen, BAMF, made by Desiderata Pen Company, with platinum carbon black ink, which is suitable for fountain pens. And of course, once it's dry, it's waterproof and you can use watercolor on it. This time I choose a simpler subject. It may not be as striking, but its basic shapes make it great practice piece for beginners. And I can't just help it, I love ruins. And plus is, when you are all alone in area, you don't have to worry about curious passers-by and you can peacefully meditate while sketching. I am adding some splatters again. This time it might be actually helpful to add some texture to the sketch. These trees took a lot longer than I would have liked, so I'll speed things up a bit. And here we go with windows again. One day I'd love to be able to sketch them with more ease. And more trees. In early spring, without their green canopy, it's quite a challenge to capture all these branches.
And don't worry, I am not sitting on bare ground. I am using my foam seat pad. So this is how is sketch so far. Now it's watercolor's turn. I start with light wash of burnt sienna and yellow ochre and hint of alizarin crimson for a building. Do you also think about light when you go out sketching? Maybe it's just my photographer's mindset, but I always do. Of course, when you are traveling, you can't always choose where the sun will be at the particular time, but when you head out for a planned sketch walk, you can.
I use the SunCalc website to check the sun's position at the particular spot and time. It helps me decide the best perspective for my sketch and also when to head out for the best lighting conditions.
Give it a try if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the description below.
While still damp, I add burnt sienna to the spots where the bare bricks peek through the plaster. Mostly burnt sienna for terracotta roof. The second roof is from metal, so I use blue tones for this one.
I use ultramarine blue for clear sky, but the lightning conditions change quite a bit after a while. That's a challenge when you are painting on location. For the early spring grass, I use a mix of cobalt turquoise, burnt sienna, and a pinch of sap green. There are no green leaves on the trees yet, only balls of mistletoe, so I am trying to suggest them with quick brush strokes.
And now onto the shadows. If the buildings has warm tones and the sun is getting low, I like to mix some purples for the shadows. I used ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson and raw umber. a few details or breaks. And finally a few splatters to add some texture to the bushes and grass. The sun was setting and the light changed dramatically, so it didn't make sense to stay any longer. At home I added some texture to the terracotta roof, deepened the shadow for more contrast, and added a few highlights with a white gel pen. And here is the final sketch. If you enjoyed the session, give the video a like or leave a comment, or consider subscribing. It really helps to my new channel grow. I look forward to seeing you in next video.